Experience, because half of them,
Yeah.
90% of them have almost no real life experiences that they can understand, which is why you hear most of Nigerian music, or I'll say African music, I don't even know what to say, Afrobeats, as people call it, is mostly about nothing. Literally nothing. There's no substance to it. Like nobody's talking about anything. It's just a great time. It's an amazing time. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, life is not an amazing time. Do you know what I mean? No matter how nice you want of a time you're having now, or you had at some point, or you plan to have.
On Burna Boy statement saying about 90% of Afrobeat artists, their music doesn't have substance, or it's just all about feeling good, life is good, and whatever have you, talking about good times. And in the real fact of life, all the time in life is not always good. Good point. But the problem I have with that statement is this. First of all, I need to first educate some of the audience here. Afrobeats. Afrobeats was popularized by Fela Anikulapo Kuti, the great legend. Secondly, Afrobeats is the combination of the way it has been seen now, other genres of music, high life. In fact, maybe some part of Ghanaian music has been grouped under Afrobeats. Even hip hop, if any Nigerian rapper now from Nigeria, they want to address them, they'll first address them as an Afrobeats artist. We need to get things like this clear and simple. Now, when I was looking at knowing all this, because I remember there was a post he made saying Afrobeats is a combination of Nigerian music and some part of Ghanaian music put together. That was how Afrobeats was coined, or that is how it is seen mostly. Him knowing this, in this Nigeria, there are music that has not even seen exposure. I served in Calabar, and I heard a different style of music entirely, which I so much loved and I embraced. Those style of music or genre hasn't gained prominence, or it hasn't gained exposure yet to the Western world. First, Burna Boy wasn't just on a very big platform. He was sitting in front of a white journalist who is trying to inquire about the genre of music, coming from your roots, coming from your country or your locality, like I would like to say, or like to express. And all you could come up with is about 90% of these artists don't have music that holds substance. I'm just rephrasing. Or they don't sing about reality. Like, I would like to say categorically that that is a very shallow statement and one of the most ignorant statements ever said by anybody in the history of mankind. Let's go to some part of Mushin or Ikorodu, for example. We have Barry J, we have Balo Rankin, we have Shea Vibes, we have Bad Boy OML. These guys sing about the reality of their life on a daily basis. In fact, music has been coined and has been given a name, Afro Adura, meaning meaning it's like a song that is always lamenting or requesting a better life from God, requesting for a better situation of life from God. Because these guys spend time talking about the reality of their own life, of their locality. And mind you, what is a reality to me as an artist is different from what is a reality to you as another artist. You can't force your reality on me. You can't force your reality on other artists. Mind you, as human beings, our reality is different. The reality of a rich kid is different from that of a poor kid. They can't just connect, and they can't force their reality on each other. Same way as artists can, a particular artist cannot force his reality on other artists. Even if their reality is the same, they can choose to sing on different subjects or different matters of life. Recently, Ashake showed out the O2. The song he used in opening his own show, in opening his performance, let me put it that way, in opening his performance, all his stardom and fame, everything is not he's doing, is not that he's that good, but it's all God. He's looked at the reality of his life, That's why I could convey such a message through a song, even though some of you cannot understand. Even the most amazing or the most trending jam or the most talked about jam in Ashake's album, The Work of Art. For some of you that are wondering what's the title of his new project, is The Work of Art. Lonely at the Top. That song is the reality of life. When you are a juggernaut or when you are a mogul or when you are at the peak of your career at any field of life, there's room for loneliness. That message was common sense. Hook, line, and sinker. Like people just get to look up to you. Like about even those that you feel they should be rolling with you. You keep looking up to you like Baba, I can't. I'm not in that level to sit beside you. And anytime you need me, just call me. But the person at the top there he wants people around him, whether he requests for their presence or not. We have Omale. Every good listener that have listened to Omale's music, I'm not even a fan, but I've been able to relate with Omale. That Omale sings from his pain, from the things he has gone through. In fact, there's a narrative now that Omale must have been through so many heartbreaks. He has been through so many heartache, pain, whatever you want to call it. And now, the funny thing is, I'm just so eager to make this post that I don't have anything jotted down. And you cannot, because of you feel a certain way, now wash down or rubbish down a whole movement. There's no, and I don't even want to hear anybody says that what Burna Boy is saying is true. There's no sense, there's no atom of truth in it. Because even Whiskey's last album, More Love Less Ego, that people are saying it's all about love making, it's all about X-rated lyrics or content. Every day, problem no they finish, but my brother we go pray. It's just that simple. We cannot just outlive not singing about realities. That's just the truth about it. It's a reality. Substance is of essence. And whatever is of substance to you might not be of substance to me. That's just the way it is. Even though it's the guy's you might not be able to relate with it. But what surrounds him, what he has seen, what he has grown with, is what he's singing about. And if you ask him, he has stories to tell about what he's saying. Yes, he might say it's a freestyle, but what he's freestyling from is basically his life reality, what he has seen, the kind of people that surrounds him. If that's what he's saying, then quite a number of trap artists don't really make sense. Even Snoop Dogg said it. Even 50 Cent seconded your opinion, the opinion of Snoop Dogg. Should we now say, okay, most of artists, 90% of the artists in the US, because it's trap that one of the things that is more is pushed down, which gets from there the most, that the cost of trap music that they're now doing. And the funny thing is, inside that same trap music, quite a number of artists are still making sense. They're passing message with their lyrics. Dog, for example, all my life, they try and wanna push me down. I'm not sure if I got that lyrics right. But the truth is, there is reality that is peculiar to everyone, to every geographical location. Now, reality one side. What an artist decides to express or sing about too is another thing. For one reason or the other, you cannot say because this artist is always singing about how good life is. Sometimes you sing songs to affirm good on yourself. That's just the thing. At least when Olakira sounds and if he helped him a Maserati, he never knew he was going to get a Maserati deal. He might never, I'm not sure he maybe had the money to even purchase a Maserati. But what he said, what he confessed in that song became a reality for him. This topic cannot finish. If I decide to still keep going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And that's the substance of the area. Remy, for example, I can remember, let me just try and summarize this. I remember when he spoke of how he was performing on stage, and some of the people that I felt were well-wishers dashed him a phone right on stage without knowing the phone was a stolen phone that they were looking for. And when the police or the security agency traced it, they traced it to him and they took him. They're assuming you took someone from Lagos Ogba to inside Badagry. Imagine that kind of distance, like on a case he doesn't know anything about. Countless situations like that. Now, if you think about reality, about substance, it is still within the jurisdiction of the audience, of the Afrobeat audience, of the Nigerian audience, of the African audience, to say this is the jam we like, this is the song we like. And that's the song people who timeless album. That is reality. That He's singing based on what he was going through, or what he has seen in his life, or how he has enemies. Or Drella singing, enemies let me live my life, enemies let me live my life. Back to Timeless now. The song that is the biggest song on that album right now is an artist can look, this is the sound the Nigerian audience or the audience at large is gravitating towards. So an artist we consciously promote that jam. So if Burna Boy wants to even talk about artists that have substance, that is thinking about the reality of Nigerian life, he doesn't even come close to Fouls. It doesn't come close to Fouls. Because Fouls are dedicated a whole album to talk about societal issues, government. He addressed even the church, imam, everybody collect their share for the album. He knew he wasn't going to make money from the album. He was sure he wasn't going to make money from the album. But he still did it either ways. Burna Boy has no, I don't know whether he has no justification for saying the nonsense he said. Permit me to say the nonsense he said. You're wondering who is this guy. But I've been following the Nigerian music movement before even Burna Boy got into anybody's screen, maybe in his area, but before he got in front of anybody's screen, anybody's TV screen, or maybe before anybody started listening to his songs, maybe his mixtapes. And shout out to Joya Khan, because I've not seen any journalist that is, as I don't know, there might be others, but any journalist that is as deep rooted and there is so much in a fight, that fought for the movement, even when there was no attention on the movement. When the movement never thought of them being nominated, they've been fighting for the movement. With the media, in fact, shout out to them. I feel Burna Boy has no justification for saying what he said, because he does not even have any reason to say that, because he's totally wrong. And if you feel Burna Boy is right, you can come up under the comment section. I'm waiting and I would like to take your criticism. Thank you very much.